Welcome to my channel. My name is Alexis Bravo, and I'm an active philosopher interested in sharing my ideas with the world so that we can increase or cultivate a greater sense of awareness about our community. In this video, we will discuss education reform. Chances are you've received a free public education courtesy of the government's efforts to produce a well-informed and competent populace. You probably also heard throughout your life that obtaining an education is essential, that without a good education, you won't be able to work in your ideal occupation, that dream job, or participate in the world in a meaningful way. And most of us recognize this as sage advice because the benefits of obtaining a good education are undeniable. However, there are several things that we could do differently to make the experience that much more valuable. I propose we implement 3 major changes to create a more robust program. These changes include an expansion of purpose, a diversity of learning paths, and an improved curriculum. So let's discuss. 1. Purpose. Education serves as a cultural catalyst. It inculcates youth with a certain knowledge and wisdom to help them build rich, meaningful lives as contributing members of society and as leaders of the global community. The current model addresses fundamentals and teaches students the very basics of what they need to know to be competent in the world. Still, even then, they fail at fulfilling each student's true potential. This happens for a lot of reasons, but some couldn't be any clearer. Schools don't teach purpose, existence, or meaning. They leave this responsibility for higher education to address. And that's something that they may never address with the student because the student doesn't know how to ask the right questions. And that's a problem. Most students see their purpose and meaning as something tied to their future careers, often as something that cannot exist outside their work, or at least such is the case here in the United States. And yet if you've talked to anyone who has sincerely examined their existence, they will tell you that their purpose and meaning in life is derived from somewhere other than the works they perform. Yes, our work matters, but it's not the defining characteristic of our existence. People have obtained answers to their deep questions about existence from religion and philosophy in the past. However, our existential notions aren't satiated by schools. In fact, that kind of thinking is almost always curtailed or crucified. Expanding the purpose of education means that we must be willing to inculcate students with a clear purpose and a lasting sense of meaning, which can only be truly provided in a formal educational setting through the learning of philosophy and theology. I'm talking a diversity of belief systems that resonate essential truths about ourselves and why we're here. 2. Paths. The traditional educational model focuses on primary and secondary education with an optional higher learning component. We should have the freedom to choose both the pace at which we learn and what we choose to learn or to specialize in. Artificial intelligence can be something that we use to determine specific learning paths for us based on our interests and abilities that change over time as our interests and abilities change, removing the fear of choosing wrongly. Each learning path can lead to a specific sector in the workforce that needs attention. The idea is to take the pressure off of students so that they only need to decide whether they're enjoying the material or not. Since all fields of knowledge tend to intersect, students should get an opportunity to collaborate with their peers across various specialties to achieve a common goal at the end of their learning path, be it a project to improve the community or to improve the world. 3. Curriculum. How and what is taught needs to change, or at least it needs to expand. There are many things that schools don't teach that they should teach, and these include basic life skills that will make the person a successful human being, both in the world and in the workforce. So most content nowadays you can also learn online, and with learning paths as a basis for education, we can implement a more personalized learning experience for each student where teachers really become more like facilitators than administrators. They guide the students towards the answers and to resolving problems. Delivery methods for educational content include educational video games, virtual lectures, virtual reality, and augmented reality interfaces with this change. Primary school students should master or would master the fundamental skills and fundamental aspects of their world, answering who they are, what they are, when they are, why they are, and where they are. Secondary school students should master the principles at work in the world. They should be taught advanced materials that allow them to collaborate across different fields and engage with their community a little bit more meaningfully. Higher education should be tasked with an interdisciplinary approach that creates leaders across all fields, giving students the tools they need to succeed in their specialty. Students need to be taught everything they could possibly need to succeed as human beings in a global community, which is a metric that can only be achieved through educational reform. Obviously, there are other important aspects of education reform. This includes incorporating community partnerships into the fabric of the education system, paying teachers higher salaries, and accounting for both free pre-K and free college or university, and perhaps we'll mention them in other videos. If you enjoyed the content, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.